Hey, this is Jordan, and I'm doing my NFL spread predictions for this upcoming Sunday. So, the first game is Houston versus Jacksonville. Um, I'm taking Houston at -1.5. That's where it is. That's where it's at now. I think Houston. They're not that much better than Jacksonville. The Jacksonville's been playing pretty well, and I think this number is so low because people are not sure if Laramie Tunsil is going to play or not. So I still think Houston. I just have to take Deshaun Watson. I don't know. I have to take Houston at -1.5. That's just such a small spread. Um, but Jacksonville is at home. They did get rid of Jalen Ramsey, but I don't know. I'm taking Texans -1.5. Um, Washington, Buffalo. So Buffalo's favored by 10 points. I understand why, but I keep seeing this with Buffalo where they're favored by a lot of points, but they are not a high scoring offense. So it's easy to say, oh well, they're so much better than the Redskins, but they have to outscore them. And it's like I see this being a very low scoring game. The over under is 36.5. Which makes sense. Um, but yeah, I am gonna take Washington at +10. You know, um, you see games where the team is much better than the other one, and they win. The better team wins, but it's a close one. A lot of times, it's way closer than people think. So Washington +10. Tennessee versus Carolina. I'm gonna have to take. It's kind of tough because Carolina's been playing really well, and I'm not sure if I trust Tennessee. Um, but I like Tannehill a lot more than I like Mariota, and I like that Tennessee's +3.5. That's pretty. That's a pretty decent number. Um, I'm gonna have to take Tennessee at +3.5. I just think that that's too. I mean, maybe if it was like one, two, three, but 3.5. Yeah, that's too big. Yeah, so I'm gonna take Tennessee at +3.5. Chicago, Philadelphia. Um, Philadelphia, they're a much better team than the Chicago Bears. I like Carson Wentz more than I like Mitchell Trubisky, but I don't know. Chicago does have a tough defense. They could keep it close. Um, in Philadelphia, they just started playing well. They've been kind of bad, but I know I'm sorry, Deshaun Jackson's coming back from his injury. That'll make a difference. Um, I'm gonna have to take Chicago at. I think I have to take Chicago at +4.5. I'm not sure if Jason Peters, the starting left tackle for the Eagles. I don't know if he's gonna be back. Right now, I have to take Chicago at +4.5. I know they're not playing that well, but I just that's too big of a spread. I don't know why. I thought Philadelphia would be favored by like 2 points. So yeah, Chicago +4.5. Minnesota versus Kansas City. Uh, I'm gonna have to take Minnesota at -2.5. Some places at -2. Some places, yeah. I think it's actually -2, not -2.5. That's the consensus right now. So yeah, whatever it is, Minnesota -2 or -2.5. Take Minnesota. Um, yeah, the Jets versus the Dolphins. So I have to take the Jets at -3. I don't know why they're only favored by 3 points. They should be favored by more. They opened up at 6.5, and a bunch of money came in on the Dolphins, which is really strange. The Jets are definitely better than the Dolphins. I like the way Sam Darnold's playing. He's playing good enough to definitely beat the Dolphins by a touchdown. So I just take the Jets at -3. Um, Indy versus Pittsburgh. I don't know why this is a pick 'em. This is a pick 'em, and Indy is a better team. I don't understand this at all. I mean, Pittsburgh's at home, but no, I mean, their offense, Mason Rudolph's a good quarterback, but Juju Smith-Schuster's the only wide receiver they have. Everyone else is like, they have like a bunch of nobodies. So that really affects Pittsburgh. I know that Indianapolis isn't going to have T.Y. Hilton. Maybe that's why this is like this. But I just think it could be a really low scoring game. It could be, under 40 and a half points. Yeah, maybe. But I'm gonna have to take Indianapolis. I don't know. I wouldn't take Pittsburgh, even though they're at home. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett. The Colts are playing well. They're playing to win. They want to get to the playoffs. Um, and yeah, I don't think they're Pittsburgh's pretty much out of the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make it. Yeah. So Indy as a pick 'em. Detroit versus Oakland. So Detroit is a 2.5 point underdog. I have to take Detroit at plus 2.5. I don't understand that at all. Yeah, I mean Detroit is. Yeah, I'm gonna take them at plus 2.5. I think they're better than the Raiders. I don't know why that's like that. That's a strange spread. Um, I thought Detroit would be favored. So Detroit plus 2.5. Tampa Bay versus Seattle. I have to take this. Might be one of the best bets of the week. I would say would be Seattle -5. I think they're gonna win by like 10 points, at least a touchdown. But I really like Seattle -5. I don't think Tampa Bay's been playing awful, and I mean, I don't know if this is gonna affect it too much. But Josh Gordon, everyone knows Josh Gordon just went to the Seahawks today. So I would imagine, yeah, I would imagine that might change the spread a little bit. It opened up at -5.5, and it's down to -5. So money's coming in on the Bucks. I'm sure since Josh Gordon went to the Seahawks just today, money's gonna come in probably tomorrow, I guess. This isn't updated. These are updated odds though, so I don't know. But yeah. So Seattle -5 without a doubt. I mean I can't wait to see what Josh Gordon looks like next to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. I think that's going to be a nice trio. Even though they don't have any tight end because Will Disley is out for the season, and I don't even know who the backup is. Um, it's too bad because Will Disley was playing well. They honestly, if he hadn't got injured, I think they could make a deep run in the playoffs. But it's tough when you have no good tight ends. Cleveland versus Denver. I'm gonna have to take. I don't know why Denver was favored at -1 at the beginning. Now Cleveland's all the way. Now Cleveland's the favorite at -4. So a bunch of money came in on Cleveland. Um, a lot of places it's at -3.5 for Cleveland, but the consensus is -4. It looks like. Uh, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland -4. They are a much better team than Denver. Obviously the spread changed most likely because Joe Flacco just put him on IR. So a lot of people are going to be betting on Cleveland. I think this also is one of the best bets of the week. Cleveland -4. Not that Joe Flacco is that good, but I don't know. I don't know who's. It's going to be some young rookie or some young guy. So I can't imagine Denver winning this game. It'd be astounding to me. Cleveland. I mean, they're not playing well, but -4 and yeah, I mean Denver's gonna be starting a new young quarterback. That yeah. So and Cleveland has Greedy Williams and what's Denzel Ward back from the injuries, so they're fully healthy now. It's a yeah. So if yeah, I mean if I'm talking about best bets of the week, these last two I just talked about, Seattle -5 and Cleveland -4 are probably some of the best bets of the week. I also really like Jets -3, and yeah, that's about it. Well, and so there's a few games left. Green Bay versus the LA Chargers. So I'm definitely gonna take Green Bay at -3.5. That's an easy one. I can't take the Chargers at plus. Um, I mean, I like Philip Rivers, but they've been playing so badly, and the Green Bay Packers are playing good. Like they're clicking. I just don't see the Chargers winning this game. Or yeah, I mean the Packers are just they're just playing good football. I don't know why. I mean they've had a lot of injuries at the wide receiver position, but they're playing well. Um, I don't. There's some games where if it's close, um, if it's close, like if the two teams are almost as good as each other, I'll take the underdog like at plus 3.5. And this is a close game. Like these two teams, like the Packers aren't that much more better than the Chargers, but it really has to do with the Packers are just playing well. Like they just seem to be clicking, and the Chargers are like complete opposite. They're not at all clicking. Um, so yeah, I have to take Packers. Um, Next game is Baltimore versus New England. Um, New England started out at -6.5 favorite. Now they're down to -3. I have to take New England at -3. That's a very good bet. I think Baltimore is not there. I mean, they could win this game, but I don't. I definitely think New England. If you're gonna bet, you're gonna take New England at -3. I think a lot of people are taking Baltimore because they're saying, the Patriots have to lose one game this season. It's very unlikely they'll go undefeated. And out of all the games on their schedule for the whole year, this kind of looks like the one that could be the slip up. Baltimore at home, Lamar Jackson. It's gonna be tough to defend maybe against the running. I don't know, but a lot of people are taking Baltimore because they're like, oh, New England has to lose at least one game. This is probably gonna be this one's the most likely. I agree that this one is the most likely that they would lose. I still don't think they're gonna lose it though. Um, so I have to take New England at -3. Dallas versus the New York Giants. I'm gonna take that's the Monday night game, but who cares? I'm gonna take the Cowboys at -7. That's kind of tough but I just think the Giants they're just I don't know. I mean, the one thing I would say Dallas, they just got Michael Bennett. That'll improve, and they were already playing pretty good football. They started out good, then they kind of had a bad couple of games, and now they've been playing good again. I think I'd say they're playing like I think it mostly had to do with injuries, and now that they're healthy, they're a good team. I really I really like Dallas against the Giants. Yeah. I mean, -7 is kind of a big spread, but I'd still have to take Dallas. I don't think I could take the Giants. The Cowboys are just a much better team than the Giants. The Giants, their defense is so bad. I mean, their defense is so bad. So, um, yeah, those are the ones I would say the ones I'm mostly not sure about though would be Tennessee, Carolina, in Chicago, Philadelphia. Those ones are kind of strange to me. Like I'm taking Tennessee at plus the 3.5 because I think they're equal. Like I said, if a team's pretty much equally good as each other, you might as well just take the underdog. Especially plus 3.5. Same with Chicago, Philadelphia. Both these teams aren't clicking on offense. Both these teams are having problems. I could see it being pretty low scoring. I would say the under would be a good play. I wouldn't bet on the over. Um, but I don't know. I just Chicago at plus 4.5. Yeah, I don't think Chicago's a better team than the Eagles, but they're pretty much equally good, I'd say. And so you might as well take the underdog plus 4.5. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. So Houston -1.5. Uh, Washington +10. Chicago +4.5. Minnesota -2.5. Jets -3. Indy Pick'em. Detroit versus Oakland. Oh, Detroit +2.5. Seattle -5. That's a really good bet. Cleveland -4 is a very good bet. Um, the Packers -3.5. New England -3. Dallas -7. So those are all the spread predictions. Um, I'd say the ones also I'm very unsure about the. I know the Cowboys are gonna win, but I don't know if they're gonna win by 8 or 10 points. I mean that's a tough one because I know the Cowboys are gonna win. There's no way they're gonna lose, but they have to win by yeah. Anyways, and then the Chargers. I know the Packers are gonna beat the Chargers, but they have to win by. So hopefully, I just can't take the Chargers. Chargers are not. They just look. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're the same team as last year. And they were good last year. They were 12-4. Um, but yeah, Dallas. They just picked up Michael Bennett. I think that would make them an even better team. It would have been nice if they got Jamal Adams. But anyways, yeah, those are all the spread predictions. So hopefully I get most of them right.